Now, of course, the weather here down at Petronas Sepang International Circuit is always unpredictable and questionable. But one thing's for sure is that we're going to be here geared up for the Malaysia Touring Car Championship 2025. You're joined with me, Erin Cheong, and of course, the very shiny, but today you will see less sparkle on him. Mio
Pagi
Adlan.
yang gelap, kini sudah terang. Why am I singing here? Because again, it was a gloomy morning. Earlier this morning, it was actually raining coming down here at the infamous Petronas Sepang International Circuit. Tapi the skies are clearing up a bit. Masih lagi mendung, but as Erin kata, takkan berlakunya kekusaman di litar antarabangsa Sepang ini, because why? Later we're going to be witnessing the awesomeness, as she's mentioning, of round 3 race 2 of the MTCC.
Exactly.
Tapi hari ini sejuk sikit.
Yes, I love today. If you joined us yesterday, you should have seen how we were drenched in sweat. Struggling on the tracks. You know, it was really hot yesterday, but today it's complete opposite, Mio.
Yeah, it's totally the opposite. But thank you so much for all of you who's watching us, wherever it is you're watching us on our socials. And do make sure to put a mark on your calendar, because at the end of October, the Petronas Grand Prix of Malaysia 2025 will be happening here at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit for the MotoGP. It will make its turn down here in Malaysia very, very soon. So go down to sepangcircuit.com and grab your tickets while they are available. It is not going to be available that soon anymore, so better be quick. Jangan lupa.
Yes, exactly. 24th till the 26th of October is where our Grand Prix is happening. Now I hear the grandstand, the main grandstand tickets are actually selling out. So you guys better be quick. Follow Sepang Circuit on our socials and website as well for further updates and information. Now today, of course, our race 3 round 2 joining us on a Sunday. It's going to be for the MTC, MT2, V and G categories.
Exactly. Plenty of races still to come down here. A lot more actions we anticipate will be happening as well. Kalau you tengok kita semalam, banyak drama juga yang berlaku sewaktu perlumbaan berlangsung di sini. We anticipate there's going to be more dramas happening here as well. Tapi kepada the ones who's going to be explaining more about the drama, the one who are always full of drama, the one who can't stop talking because it's their job anyway. Let's pass it down to our commentators. We got Jeevan and Nate. You can start talking now.
Yeah, I know. I was actually waiting. Thanks, guys. That's it's so nice to be here on a Sunday. Look, as you can see, even the wildlife have joined us for Malaysia Touring Car Championship 2025 Round 3, MTC, MT2G and MT2V. The commentary box is as open as the pit lane. And my name is Jeevan Silvanathan. Nicholas Anil is with me in the commentary box once again. Nick, good morning.
Good morning, glad to be here, and like Erin and Mio mentioned, we are in for a cool race.
Yes, it's different. Yesterday was blisteringly hot. It was very, very hot throughout the day for the MTC and, of course, the Touring Production 1 and 2 category. That'll be happening a little bit later on at 1:50 this afternoon. And I'm guessing, Nick, that they're going to be facing a slightly damp track as well. As Mio pointed out, and you can see from the people standing in the pit lane, the rain has stopped, but it was raining when I drove up to the circuit this morning at 8 a.m. It was getting steadily heavier till about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, indeed it was. It was coming down hard for about 15 minutes, and then it stopped. So I think the weather's perfect now, and I think the drivers would agree as well, because the conditions of the track would seem still predominantly dry. There isn't too much of rain that would cause...
Or on this part, yes. That's for sure. That's the thing. I mean, the track was reported wet by race control and the race officials. So which parts of the track are more wet? Because it is a big track. The 5.543 kilometer track is laid out over quite an area. So, for example, up here at turn 5, that might be a little bit drier. Being uphill.
We'll have to take a look at turn 7, 8,
9, and 10 are the important ones. Great to see some people turning up here in the grandstands as well. Don't forget, there's some very special things happening this weekend. There's the Honda Mega Meet. That's a day-long festival that happened this weekend.
Yeah, I saw a lot of fans even after the MTCC yesterday coming to Sepang for this Honda meet, And it's great to have
Yeah, had all sorts of
Honda
activities
enthusiasts
and,
coming.
food.
It coincides also with the debut of the Honda Malaysia racing
That's right.
team.
It was a big weekend for Honda this weekend. And now we're halfway through it, getting into the race twos. So this is the 75% mark of the first MTCC season.
Just looking back at some of the results yesterday, G, we were treated to some high-octane drama in the MTC category. Of course, won by Brandon Ho and Nikhil Bora.
30-second penalty for Hayden
30
Heichel,
second
that's what it was.
Penalty for Hayden Heichel, who did not show up in prize
Didn't show up
giving.
for podium.
So it'll be interesting to see how his mood is today. He's of course paired up with Rahul Raj Maya in that car number 1 of the High Rev Dream Chaser, and it was a 2-3 finish. Daim Hishamuddin and Aaron Hakim taking 3rd spot in that MTC category.
So 35 cars on the grid means it is going to be another big start. In line, in keeping with the rest of the season so far. Lots and lots of cars. I think, though, that this had the highest.
Yes, this had the
entry.
highest in total, over 132 cars.
Wow.
And I think yesterday we had about 36 cars. Today we have 35 because Divyesh Purajun and Harkish Jiva
Didn't make it from the fire,
Yeah,
back from the fire. There
didn't
was a
make
big
it
fire
from-
yesterday for that DV.
I did actually have
Motorsport
a
car.
chance to speak to Harkish after the race, and he told me that they were simply not going to be able to get the car ready in time.
Yeah, that's a shame. But we did touch on that yesterday, how difficult it is to keep these cars in working order.
Yeah, indeed.
Because they're just not, as I said, I mean, this is the fact of it is, these are local teams that are funded themselves, and, you know, I said how they're funded is just not the level of F1 funding and stuff like that that you see, where you might be able to get away with, you know, 2 or 3 chassis. But some of these guys are, you know, they're having to look for parts and get the parts just the right time to get them ready for these race weekends. We saw with the HMRT team yesterday, they couldn't get parts in time. They missed the first 2 rounds of the season.
Yeah, and even this is like sort of an experimental phase for them. A lot of R&D and analysis is still going on as they gear up towards the S1K.
That's right. S1K coming up later on.
So if you
One of the
missed
highlights.
yesterday's race, the MT2G, it was won by Sun Chipo, Liu Kawai, Hendra Adiputra, Adi Rahimi taking second spot, Ng Chon Chin, Adam Mikhail in 3rd spot, while in the MT2V, Muhammad Najib, Ismail, Ahmad Firdaus in top spot. 2nd spot belonged to No Coffee No Cure, Tan Ziyang, Kingston Tan, and Masahiko Ida, Kusekanto in, or rather Lee Chiwa and Lester Lian in 3rd spot. So those were our podium finishers, Jeev. You expecting new faces to be on top of the podium today?
I don't know. I mean, really, it depends on whether the likes of Putra Adam and Avia Bahar, especially, who are just... Well, before we get into that, we're going to get down to the grid because some of the drivers are ready to talk to Arena and Mio.
All right, I'm here with car number 69 for the MT2V category. Now, yesterday, they emerged as victors for our race 3 round 1. So today, round 2, Najib. Semalam dah menang. Hari ni macam mana?
Hari ni pun kita main target nak menang jugalah hari ni pun. Sebab kita dalam tahun ni baru 2 kali podium dan kita harap dapat buat overall championship lah kalau kata hari ni kita in podium. Dan next kita boleh kita main target untuk capaikan overall championship.
Alright, so Najib, semalam you memang nampak memang dia panas terik lah kan matahari dia. Dan hari ni dia hujan pula. You rasa kereta you ni boleh withstand, boleh okey ke untuk race round 2 ni?
So far kita dah tukar 4 biji tayar baru. Saya rasa okey lah untuk sebab hujan pun dah berhenti sekarang ni. Saya rasa tak lama track pun akan kering dan boleh kita continue race macam semalam jugalah saya rasa.
Okay, macam semalam. Okay, I can't wait to see you on the podium lah. Alright, hopefully good luck to you Najib, and back to our gents in the AC.
22 Pro Shop looking very confident.
Yeah, indeed, and he also spoke about the tyre change, which obviously happens after each race.
So looking now on the grid, and that looks like it's about a 5-minute board, maybe even a 10-minute board. The amount of people on the grid, that'll rapidly clear, of course. Well, that's interesting. Looks like the race officials and safety car are out just checking the car. That's actually the medical car that is checking the track.
I think this is the coolest race weekend we've had so far
This year, I missed round 1, so
it was blistering as well.
Well, let's get back down to the grid now. Car 1, 2, 3 is going to be, that's Axel Sports, going to be talking to Mio.
All right, guys, I'm now together with car number 123. We got Stuart Hine in the cockpit. Yesterday, you guys, you and Charlie came in 4th in your category in the MT2V. What kind of improvement that you're looking at today? You know, granted, the track is a bit wet. It's not soggy, but it's just a bit wet. Is it something that you're comfortable with?
Yeah, I actually enjoy the challenging wet conditions. So looking forward to today. If anything, it can maybe get a little bit wetter for us, and hopefully we'll capitalise on any luck we get along the way. Charlie's coming along well in the wet. He might tell you he's nervous, but he can really drive in the wet. So a little bit more rain will help us actually.
And obviously it's all about strategy as well, making sure that the pit goes as smooth as you possibly can, making sure that your car runs the best in its optimum condition. But ultimately it's that podium position that you want to be in, trying to get that 1, 2, 3 spot. Do you think that you guys can deliver today?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a bit of bad luck yesterday in the pits. I know the pressure's on the guys, so we're hoping we'll get a smooth pit stop and make up some places for that podium for sure.
All right, so with that, I hope you have a good race. Hope you and Charlie can bring it home, and hope to see you on the podium today.
Sounds good.
All right, cheers, mate. Have a good race.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, back to you guys.
Well, that's interesting to note that some of these drivers are actually looking forward to more rain, if they can, because they feel that they'll be able to capitalize on the conditions. I don't know if they're going to get more rain, because as Mio pointed out, it does look like it's clearing up.
Yeah, from where we are seated, one side looks a little bit more clear than the other, if we are being absolutely honest. On
That's
the right,
true.
it looks a little bit gloomy. On the left,
But there is some blue in the sky,
Yeah.
which is very interesting. And of course, this race is going to be about 50 minutes plus leader. And we're ready to get down to the grid again for our engineering interview. It's Lee Chan here, Terence Lee, talking to Arena.
All right, car number 333 for the MT2 week category. I'm with Terence here. Now, Terence, yesterday you came in 5th. How do you feel about today's round 2?
Slow and steady, maintain and catch up the front place. Yeah.
Do you think you have the proper strategy? Now the tracks are different from yesterday because it was very hot. It was scorching hot, and today it's a cold, probably a wet race. Now how do you feel about today? Do you think you have what it takes to bring it to the top this time?
Just drive safe, maintain, brake early, will do.
Okay. All right. I think I'm giving you the opportunity to be very focused now at this race. I wish you all the best. Drive safe. Yes, definitely drive safe. Good luck to you, Terence. Now back to our gents.
Thanks a lot, Arena. Another focused driver there. He's only got his eyes set on one thing, which is to maintain his pace. That's actually a good thing to focus on.
It's a good mantra to have, you know, to just focus on the race.
Yeah,
and
just clear everything out. You just saw the 5-minute board. That's where we are, which is good. Of course, there will be a formation lap, a rolling start, which is most probably going to be split as it was yesterday because of the amount of cars on the grid. And don't forget, of course, the Petronas Grand Prix of Malaysia 2025, 24th to 26th of October this year. Last year it was in November, I remember, but it's still the biggest race of the year, and the tickets, well, they are selling extremely fast. If you get onto the website right now, sepangcircuit.com, check out the family bundle package. That's up to 25% off. The main grandstand tickets are 345 ringgit each. They're selling really fast, and some of the tickets have already sold out. For example, premier seats, Marc Marquez Tribune, all gone already. And while you're there, do check out, this is something really special that's happening in conjunction with the first season of MTCC. MTCC Hospitality, VIP dining access. Enjoy all-day dining with your paddock pass, starting from just 100 ringgit a day. And, of course, you get to watch all this great racing as well. Great package. There's also the Driving Experience Center as well. Have you heard about that? There's a new thing going on, the DEC.
Yeah, the
Go
DEC.
become better at driving, kick plates and things like that. Lots of initiatives happening up at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit. That is the track temperature, a full 6 centigrade. It's cooler than yesterday, which, if you don't live in Malaysia, you wouldn't know what we're talking about. That is huge. And that's the circuit we're going to be racing on, the full circuit, north and south tracks, 5.543 kilometers, 15 corners in total, radiating out in speed from those 2 long straights of 927 meters each. It's a wonderful track. It's been a wonderful track for the last 2 decades over, and these guys get to race on it, well, as regularly as you can imagine. In fact, very regularly. Round 3 was the shortest turnaround that we've seen.
Yeah, just 2 weeks after the second round.
MCS and MTCC history. In fact, just 2 weeks for these guys to get their cars ready. And as we heard from Divyesh Prajan and DV Motorsport, sometimes you can't get the car ready because that was a full fire that affected that number 19 Suzuki Swift yesterday.
This was our champions from the MTC. Nikhil Bora once again assuming...
they were default champions.
Default champions,
There you go, Hayden. I said it. It's true. It's going to go down in history as they won the race. But really, we know who won the race. Okay? It's just that there was a little bit of an incident on the back straight.
I'm kind of hoping that we see that sort of rivalry again. we need that kind of spice on a cool day like this.
That's the first time we've seen Hayden Heichel in 24 hours.
In 24 hours, yeah.
So now, if, as I said, if he does what he's supposed to do and then take it away, yes, hopefully he will... Oh, there's interesting. There's some technicians being called over to Dime's car. I think it is. Whistle's going as well. Well, whatever's happening to that 100 high rev Dream Chaser car, the 1 minute board is up. So they will be moving off onto their formation lap. As I said, 50-minute race plus leader. There will be a pit window, of course, with a compulsory, I think it's a 2-minute compulsory.
90 seconds.
It's 90 seconds. 90-second compulsory pit that has to be made by each of these cars. And that, of course, is going to be where you get the driver change. And once again, thanks to all of the fans that have come up to watch MTCC
you know what,
2025
Jeff?
round 3.
I'm actually seeing quite a packed grandstand facing us.
Yeah, it's great.
It's amazing,
It's
and I think the weather has played a big part in the fans coming out in numbers.
I mean, because it's cooler, they'll come out.
Indeed.
Probably. Actually, it does get very hot in Malaysia. But no, it is wonderful to see the support, local motorsport up at Sepang International, because that's what it's all about with this newly rebranded MTCC 2025 Championship. Okay, we are ready to get underway. With perfect timing, green flags fly, and the cars move off in 2 sets. MTC class up at the front, so just these 6 cars. And then MT2 V and G will start once they get round this corner, if I'm right, and then they should follow. Yep, I can hear the horn going. Yep, safety car's going. And the second start, or the second formation, is on its way. Well, as I said, 50 minutes plus leader and standard touring car points, 15 points for win, 12 for second and 10 for third. Looking at the grid, Brandon Hu, Hayden Heichel up at the front, Daim Hishamuddin and Lai Singh, Leon Koo, third and fourth.
Putra Adam Awila Baha in 5th spot. Lim E Chiok completes the MTC category, and Adi Liu Sun Chi Po, Hendra Adiputra Adi Rahimi in the MT2G.
Ang Chong Ching, Wan Jian, Jonathan Zine, Mark Darwin, and Mohamed Hakimi, Mohamed Kamil in up to 12th.
Kang Chi Kyong, Chiao Tek Seong in 13th, Ling Guang Yu in 14th, Pi Sao Fan and Luke Anton complete your top 16.
Ong Wai Kong in 17th, Gilbert Lang in 18th, Mohamed Najib Ismail in 19th, 22 Pro Shop, and Tanzi Yang in 20th.
In 21st, we have the Japanese combination of Masahiko Ida, Kushikanto, Lee Chi-wai in 22nd, Stuart and Charlie Hine in 23rd, Terence Lee Hafiz in 24th.
We're deep into the MT2 Vs now. Chong Kiat Wai in 25th, Takuchi Yuki and Sumi Naoya in 26th, Yapchun Wai in 27th, So Chi Xiang in 28th.
29, we have Lau Jia Ji, Kwek Kian Wee in 30th, Aman Nakdev in 31st, Lam Zi Seong in 32nd.
It's actually mixed up as we get to the last three. Mark Chu, 33rd, Ronnie Riswan 34th, and Shafiq Shamsuddin in 35th. And I said it was a bit mixed up because actually from about the 20th car on, MT2V is not pure as a class. It's actually, there's a lot of MT2G
yeah,
cars.
it's intertwined with the MT2G.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 MT2G cars are interspersed within that MT2V section. Now, whether that's from those MT2G cars performing a little bit slower or the MT2V cars performing a bit faster is what we're going to find out right now. But coming around to turn 15, first of the two starts. This is going to be the big one. Look for those two cars at the front, the yellow car and the gold car. That's Hayden Heikel, and I'm assuming Nikhil Bora is...
Nikhil Bora, indeed.
In the yellow car. And there's a nice pattern that they have, all forming up very well for this race 2 MTC, MT2G and MT2V. The safety car peels away. And the lights go from red to green. So, round 3, race 2 for MTC is underway. Straight onto the gas. Hayden Heikel and Nikhil Bora again, just marshalling the inside-outside lines. Now switch into the middle. Leon Koo is on the outside. Dime is in the middle.
Very quickly, Hayden Heikel
Look
looks
at
to
that.
come in.
That was actually a great move by Nikhil Bora too.
Great awareness from Nikhil to just shut him off.
Yeah, and so
Coming into
now,
the switchback.
after that teaser of what can happen at turn 1, this is where the main part of the grid starts its run. MT2G and V about to make their start. Once again, lights are red. Switch to green, and they're off. And this is going to be a much tighter run to turn 1. There's that shot. 6 cars. Pretty much no space on the track left.
You can see Jonathan Z
Yeah,
also
I
looking
can
to
see
try
him right in
and
the
get
middle.
amongst the mix.
And that's Ng Chung Chin just on the perfect line, just on the outside. Going to get the perfect line on the inside now. Should end up 3rd or 4th. So, the starting procedure apparently under investigation. I think it's fine. Wow, look at this. These 3
nothing much
cars.
separating them. 4 in fact.
Absolutely nothing between them. That's Nikhil Bora at the front. That's Hayden Heikel looking to... So they've picked up exactly where they left off from yesterday. That's not good. That's not
reflective in the
very
fastest
ominous.
sector as well. Nikhil Bora with the first fastest sector. And
Hayden pushing himself through.
Hayden now coming through.
That's pure race experience at the Sepang International Circuit.
You can see how intent Nikhil is to get back that lead.
But look at Dime and Shmudin as well, right in the
That
middle.
strategy coming into play. The high ref teammates helping each other out.
This is the perfect mix to have 4 cars in the pack, all attacking. Leon Koo has been doing this for the last 2 rounds, just waiting at the back to see what he can clean up. He's into 3rd. There is nothing. I want to see
there
the
was
lap
a touch.
times. Ooh, that was very close. No space at all.
No love lost as well.
So this is where we see exactly how close these guys are. And it's going to be very close. I'm saying 0.3 of a second between each
And
of them.
that's a
Somebody's wing just came off. Well, that's
There
0.3 of a
is debris.
second between all four of them. 0.255, in fact. Now, whose wing was it that came off? Or back bumper, perhaps. I think it's actually Hayden Heigl's. Based on the back of that car. Pit window will be open in about 18 minutes, 10.
And there is already
16
an
minutes
incident involving none other than Hayden Heikel
Yeah.
and also Nikhil Bora. That's under investigation.
That's exactly
We're not surprised,
what happened
Jeev.
yesterday.
It's
That's exactly what happened
basically
yesterday.
a sequel of what happened yesterday.
Well, we haven't seen the replay yet, but if it goes the same way as yesterday, that means one of them. Well, here comes the replay now. So at turn 15, it looks like that's
Nikhil Bora's
Nikhil's fault.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's Nikhil's fault for sure. And I think it was.
I looked.
Yeah.
The debris looked to have come
Looks
off.
like a skid plate from underneath the car.
Nikhil Bora's car.
So it's looking like Superpower, loved by Papaya, are the ones that are going to get hit by, by some kind of.
I mean, if we are going by yesterday's outcome, then the Superpower lap might in fact
Maybe.
be hit with some sort of penalty.
Let's see.
Well, Hayden was on the receiving end of a 30-second penalty yesterday, so
Is it going to be just rewards? Well, looking back at the MT2V and MT2Gs, that looks like Johnny Z.
yes, in the MTC, there's really nothing separating the top two. They're just 0.032 of a second. But there has been a slight daylight in the MT2G, a 1 second advantage held by Haiwan
Already?
Jian
Wow,
over Eddie Liu.
that's
Or
really
rather
early.
Suchipo. And in the MT2V, Stewart and Charlie Hine in the lead, 1 second advantage over Terrence Lee.
And we've already had a very fast lap, 2:32.016, which is from.
Yep, the HMRT team, Putra Adam. The top four have been so caught up with really trying to jostle for top spot, leaving Putra Adam to be on his own and really try and get that fastest lap time. But Putra Adam a whole 8 seconds behind Hayden Haikal, who's now currently in the lead.
So
And
Michael pushing
car
ahead.
number one, both cars have actually been hit with unsporting behavior, so they are under the code of conduct.
Both cars.
Both cars.
Wow,
Car
wow,
number
wow.
1 and 3.
That seems a bit harsh on Hayden Eichel, to be honest, but that's the word of the law.
So on our screen, it's saying that it's an unsporting behavior, but there hasn't been any sort of time deduction penalty that has been hit. And we have a car that's overturned, Jeev, coming into turn 1.
Wow,
Get you confirmation on who was that.
wow, wow, wow.
Driver is safe, he's out of the car.
Well,
Walked
how
away.
did that happen?
That seemed to be dejectedly walking off. We can understand.
Well, absolutely.
And there's confirmation of a safety car. We'll try to get you a replay of that incident. There we see safety car already. We
Well,
are seeing
looks like
safety
we're
car
not going to
being
be able
deployed.
to get you that replay, but the safety car definitely out. New situation for the race. Just 2 laps in.
But we can understand how this turn has posed problems for
Always.
the entire field, because you are really stepping on that throttle and you have to ease off.
It's not just that. It is the 6-degree difference. It is the little bit of moist, as I said, little parts of the track had different parts of moisture. There's obviously some moisture around there, which got hit by the car. And as I said, yeah, all cars must reduce speed immediately.
Just glad to see that the drivers are unharmed. He's of course disappointed, but first things first is a safety and confirmation of the car. Now on our screens we are seeing two cars. Hendra
Well,
Adiputra.
it looks like our engineering.
Yep, that's Mohammad Hakimi and
I think that's the car that's flipped. I think Hendra and Rahimi probably hit that car.
And they are in pit.
So they probably can get that car fixed up well enough.
So only 33 cars out there currently.
But that is a big, big shunt to have on lap 2. Well, that's the car that's been reflipped. So there you can see now it was car 131.
It is our engineering.
Our engineering. It must have just been carrying a lot of speed. So now that that car's been flipped back onto its wheels, marshals, I'm sure, are just going to have a quick look. See, that is the Nisa racing car of Hendra and Rahimi. And it's not looking like it's going anywhere. Oh, that is a shame. Yep, and they're turning the wheels, and they're going to be turning that car into the garage.
Mixed fortunes for that Nisa racing team. They did well yesterday, but it looks like today they're not going to be able to complete the race.
Yeah, absolutely, that's a shame. So, looks like the rest of the track seems to be clear.
So already we have drama.
Every
10
race,
minutes into this race.
Every race, there's something that happens in MTCC.
So just to recap, we had an incident with Hayden Haikal and also Nikhil Bora. Both cars were hit with unsporting behavior. And then we had a car flip. And as a result, what you're seeing now is a safety car marshalling this field. Race control are busy at the moment.
They really are. They've got lots to take care of. And all of that stuff that you just said has happened within 2 laps. So, a lot to think about, because it is a very, very important race, being the 75% mark of the season.
And confirmation that pit windows will open in approximately 9 minutes.
Yeah, that's going to remain unchanged. The question is when we get back to green flag racing.
I think as soon as the debris is cleared from this particular section.
Was there much debris though? That's the thing. The car flipped, yes. It looked like it was
and
in the
it was
gravel.
on the gravel as well.
Now, as I said, it was, I guess they're going to check the back straight between turn 14 and 15 to see if it's any kind of oil was left. Because that is a dangerous corner, as you said. So, if you have just joined us, a brief respite from racing. But we did see some great racing just before then, from these guys up front. So Nikhil Bora and Hayden Heikel both charged. Or, as I said, that I mean, now that they know that they've both been charged, the actual infringement is one thing. What they get charged with might come later on.
Yeah, like yesterday. And it could even happen before this race ends, because
it might, because of the full course yellow, it might come out even sooner.
Yeah, so race control will have time to actually analyze and determine the
both
outcome.
Of them are guilty of unsportsmanlike conduct. It might even be linked to what happened yesterday.
Clearly, there is still a lot of animosity on the
Tiny
track.
bit,
On
yeah.
the track,
Rivalry, I
a
think
lot
is-
of scores to be settled.
That's what's going to be called and termed as rivals.
Right, confirmation that safety car will return to the
Okay.
pits.
So 37 minutes left on the clock. Yesterday, of course, we also saw a great move from Nikhil Bora coming off full course yellow to grab the lead. That's actually what ended up in the
Yes, which started at Melly.
in that situation. How are you doing, guys? So this was the start for MTC, and it was a pretty good start all in all, but Nikhil Bora was the man that would come through in the end, just hugging that inside line, keeping it. And Michael switches to the middle to try and get some look in, but both the high rev Dream Chaser cars stuck in the middle for that corner. Went through once, didn't make it through turn 2, and that's why Superpower was up front. For MT2 G and V, that was also a pretty clean start. And as you can see, with such a big grid, absolutely no place to really maneuver. You've got to wait and bide your time. Johnny Z had a pretty good run in the middle, but as you look, he's got no options. He's basically can't do anything. He's with the train as it goes round turn 2. So the safety car just about to come in. And it does so now. So green flags, and when they get around the corner, I'm guessing. And look at that, turn 15 is looking pristine again. Well done, marshals. So the lights are green already, and they'll be speeding up right now. We're back to green flag racing. Well, look who's pulled away immediately. That's a great move from Leon Koo on the inside. Oh, he's done well there.
But Hayden has saw that opportunity and
He's
looks to
come
be
in
back.
really nicely. Well,
Look at
well,
Nikhil
well.
Bora, even
You
he's...
can't keep a good Hayden down. That's what they...
I think we're going to be seeing the resumption of this battle between Hayden and Nikhil Bora. Leon Koo or Lai Wee Sing will do their best to try and be amongst the mix, but there we have it. Nikhil Bora already overtaking that R Engineering car and is now back in hot pursuit of that high rev Dream Chaser. This is going to be a feisty battle, Jeff. This is going to be a battle that we're going to see all the way for the next 33 minutes.
Well, based on the conditions, yeah. As I said, they don't really have to worry about tire wear today. Much cooler track temperature. And the question is, who can keep up this pace? But look at that. Yesterday we were seeing, what, 2:30s?
2:30s, yes.
Now 3:26s. I know they've just come off for full course yellow, but still.
You know how fast Hayden can be, and you can see that, you know, he's just real aggressive driving. He will try and push that throttle as much as possible, leave it late on the brakes.
Yeah, he really will. That's for certain. Leon Koo is settled into second place. Oh, sorry, third place.
Yeah, with Putra Adam hot on his heels.
Well, it's good to see that Honda up here in the top 4. As I said, it's an R&D situation for them.
8 podium finishes last year for the HMRT.
Couldn't get the parts in time to kick off the season this year.
And they have, in fact, I think, taken third spot. Putrajadam just slightly
Just
ahead.
pushing, yeah, our engineering. But Leon Koo holds on to that. And he's done well. That's a difficult corner to defend. Ooh, a bit of cut and slice happening in MT2G.
That's Jonathan Z in the MT2G.
That's Johnny Z that's taking the lead over Bay Racing.
Yes, that was for the lead.
It's well done. In fact, looks like Bay Racing might even be losing another spot to Sakudo Racing. Pisau Fun is also in this battle. Well, they're having a right old battle royale, shall we say.
Yeah, that's a four-way battle, your top four in the MT2G.
Yep, separated by, well, absolutely nothing, pretty much a second or two between all four.
No, we're still early in the race, but it seems like it's a much more competitive race as compared to yesterday.
Track temperature, that's what it is. It's a lot better when you've got a track that's drying up like this. No fresh moisture coming on. Cool for the tires, they can heat up nicely, a little bit stickier. That's an engine blow for sure. And might have even been brakes. But Lam Si Yong, you know what? I think we've just got another full course yellow. Yeah, that looks like there's a lot of possible debris and oil that's on the track. Good angle to show you exactly how fast these cars do hit the gravel. Unsurprisingly. It is a different race indeed. Yesterday was about, you know you're going to get around the track and you can basically set as fast a lap as you want. We saw some really fast laps yesterday. Today, you're not guaranteed a fast lap, and trying to stay on track is actually an issue. There isn't going to be a full course yellow off that, which is going to be very interesting.
So it'll be interesting to see if actually Lam Si Yong manages to get back, because the indicator here on our screens shows that he's not out of it.
Yeah.
Perhaps he's back on track.
Perhaps. But let's just wait and see. Certainly didn't look like he was coming back anytime soon. We'll know in about 20 seconds if he is actually moving or not. And that is the HMRT. And oh, wow, there's been a big shunt up at the front. Looks like Putrajadam and Leon Koo have been at it. Both back on track, but wow, we're about to see what happened. Oh, turn 5 completely loses it. Leon Koo actually was staying out the way.
Yeah, he saw him and he...
Yeah,
good
that
on
was
Leon Koo for
really
braking
tough.
early just to
That was
avoid that collision.
Really good reflexes. Now, what this has meant is, of course, that these top three have just really moved ahead.
And
this
we
is
have a
Nikhil
full
Bora.
course yellow as a result of that incident.
Yeah, too many things happening.
For the second, a full course yellow.
So, FCY on lap 7 to add to the lap 2.
There's also
Nikhil Bora making sure he's ahead of Hayden Heichel just before the full course yellow. That's interesting. That technically is an overtaking maneuver that he's made. He likes to time these things really, really close to these full course yellows, but technically speaking, that full course yellow was called before he moved ahead of Hayden Heichel. So I wonder if he's going to get penalized for that.
Yes, and we also have the pit window that is open, so I think it's perfect time for a lot of these cars to come in and do the necessary changes.
Well, that's the car. Yeah, it was Putrajadam that completely lost it. Was very, very lucky. would have pulled a bit of debris onto the track, but Leon Koo actually stopped completely.
Yeah. When we saw the live pictures, I was wondering what was Leon Koo's car doing just stationary
So it looks
over
like
there.
there's an oil spill, and I think that's why Putrajaya went on a spin at turn 4. So that's just before that turn.
And that explains why the R Engineering car also sort of skidded off.
So there's the magic sand.
A busy day for our race marshals.
Yeah, it is indeed. And not unsurprisingly, people using the full course yellow. So it is possibly the best time to have the full course yellow because, let's face it, these guys are going to come in for their pit anyway.
Hayden out, and that's Rahul in.
Well, you said it, busy day. Look at that, both cars in at the same time.
I can tell you that a lot of cars are coming in, and a lot of cars who are actually already on their out lap have already left the pits.
Yep, top 10, top 11 now in. It's a no-brainer strategy to bring your car in for this window. If anything, they're actually jockeying for space in there, which is something you don't see very often.
That oil spill, I think, still being rectified by the race marshals.
Yeah. So we now have 23 cars. There is the oil spill being looked at. It's a very bad place to have it just on the outside. It means everyone's forced into the inside line. Serious traffic jam of cars.
And our top two are both exiting the pits.
This is it, yeah. This is
at the same time.
This is the fight that you're looking for. Still under FCY conditions. I'm looking directly at that 27 HMRT Honda.
That would probably be Avila Baha now, who would assume.
Yeah, it looks in good shape, considering I mean, I can still see some gravel. It's still trailing gravel as it comes out of the pits. So not 100% fixed, but looking like they are happy with it. So everybody now exiting the pits. That is a sizable amount of time, but things have worked in our favor here.
I think almost every team has already entered the pit, done their compulsory.
Yeah, it's actually
seconds.
Axel Sports that's missing. Okay, so Hayden Heikel is actually in the pits right now and is talking to one of the guys. Let's hear from him.
All right, guys, I'm now together with Hayden. He's just jumped off his car. Rahul's back in the car, trying to gain back a bit of a lost time. First question I want to ask you, what's up with you and Bora, man? I mean, like, that was a bit of fun for us to actually watch down at the initial start of the race. Share with us what's going on there.
For me, I'm just having fun. You know, it's a fun race, fun weekend. Both cars are as competitive, so we're all, you know, bumper to bumper, door to door. But I mean, there are times, you know, as we saw yesterday, it was hitting me a bit too much. And then I was looking right at the wall, so I think that was pretty much intentional. But also today as well, he was hitting me at the last corner, which is quite intentional as well. But yeah, you know, you come from Formula cars, I don't think he's used to a bit of argy-bargy.
Right.
But yeah, either way, you know, the team did a good job setting up the car. Car's good, handles really well. Still lacking a bit on our speed, but we'll get there.
I mean, granted, you were cruising for a bit until the safety car came out, only after the second lap. That gave, you know, your other competitors a bit of a chance to actually catch you back a bit. And it was reported by the race control that there was a warning of unsportsmanlike conduct. I mean, again, is that part of the race? I mean, is it just something that some people need to be a better driver or better racer? What do you think about that?
I don't know where I was unsporting, but I guess I'll go have a chat with the stewards, maybe belanja them some drinks or something. It's like, what the hell?
All right, and ultimately the fact that I was back in the car again, you're used to being on the podium, you're used to being number one, but it is the perfect partnership that you had with Rahul in making sure that the car runs at its best position and trying to get that position. You're comfortable with that, obviously?
Yeah, I'm comfortable a lot with Rahul. He's a good driver, he's very experienced, he's good with setups. And yeah, I learn a lot from him, he learns a lot from me as well, so I think it's a good partnership.
Loving the fact that you still have a smile on your face in comparison to yesterday, but I'm not going to push it any further. Back to you guys.
Well, certainly having a lot to deal with. I like the word intentional in that. So this is looking back at what we've seen so far, and it was all well and good at the starts. 2 starts, MTC, nice and smooth. And this is, of course, where all the high-speed action of between Nikhil Bora and Hayden Heikel has been. Then there was the MT2 G and V starts that were very, very smooth. This was the incident that they were just talking about in the pits. Maybe it was intentional, maybe not, but either way, that rivalry is definitely blooming, regardless of what he says. This was the big incident, which was the R Engineering car flipping at turn 15. And that was, so we've had 2 full course yellows so far, and then of course we saw this happen as well. And that was Lam Si Seong from Modal Art Racing. Big oil spill at turn 4, and that's what pretty much brought us to this place here. The pit window is already open, but still on full course yellow conditions. And that's where we are now with 20 minutes left to go. And that's the important thing, Nick. The clock is still ticking. So based on how they've been lapping, which is round about 3.5 minutes, I mean, 6 minutes was the last lap. But 3.5 minutes means that you're probably looking at about 5 laps. What can be done in 5 laps?
Yeah, it's just about, I think, trying to make the best out of the situation. And there is time, of course. Even if the safety car peels off in the next lap, we still have a good maybe 17 minutes of racing.
Should be.
A lot of racing still to be done. A lot of positions left to be salvaged. But we are going to see a different sort of rivalry now at the top. I'm talking about the MTC between Rahul and also Brandon Ho.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
it's not as intense as what Nikhil and also Hayden had. This is going to be perhaps more.
I think what's really important is which of those cars wins based on the championship and the amount of standings that we've got. Because if I'm right, Brandon Ho and Superpower Lub are now in the lead.
I think it's Lai Wee Singh and.
Well, yeah, you're right. They finished second yesterday.
They finished second, and they were already in the lead coming into this weekend.
Well, we're back to green light racing, which is good. I just noticed that from the fact that these cars were bouncing out, everyone taking it nice and slow at turn 4, as you can imagine.
Yeah, Avila Baha going really slow on the turn 5.
That's what you have to do. But this is the bouncing, which I saw, which made me think you don't see that on a full course yellow. That was Daim that was pushing. So we're going to be talking to Avia Baha now, who obviously took the first stint. He's down in the pits.
Now I'm here with Avila. Now, of course, we've sent out Putra Aidam back on tracks as well. Now, Avila, I actually have a lot of questions to ask you, right? What was the strategy for the start? Because we noticed you were left a little behind as compared to your competitors. Did you face some technical difficulties, or was it a slow start for you?
There is no mechanical problem. The car was okay. The pace is also there, but I think my car is stalled, so I need to recover first. Then I try to catch up, and there is a safety car, so I see there is a hole. But unexpected moment again, there is oil in turn 4, then I get spun.
Yes, also we saw that, which was also leading to my next question. So it was an oil spill on turn 4, right? So what happened between you and I believe Leon Koo was at the back of you? How did you manage to get back out on the tracks? How did you get in control of it?
I felt like the car was okay, and also I think just a lucky moment. I going off the track not really fast, so I can escape really easily. That's why.
Do you think you and or do you think Putra Adam actually has what it takes to bring you back at the top of the I would say the ranks right now because of everything that has happened? Do you think you and Putra Adam has what it takes to bring you back at the top of the ranks right now?
I hope so, because our pace was very nice. We're comfortable with the setup because we already changed since yesterday. And we already testing the first stint that I did, which is okay. So I believe Putra can also do a good job. So finger crossed.
Fingers crossed. Okay, we're all fingers crossing for you as well. Congrats to you. Thank you for completing the first part of the race. Now, of course, good luck to Putra Adam, and back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Arena. So, Putra Adam, is he, Nick, going to be doing one of his famous charges?
Well, Avila Baha gave some good insights about the car, saying that, speaking of the car number 27, it's
It's
back
actually
in the
just come in the pits. I just saw the red flags on the screen. So, yeah, well, so much for, you know, hopefully going up the standings. They were in 25th overall, and look, he's backing that car up. That car's not coming out again for a while.
I mean, this was, after all, an experimental weekend for this HMRT number 27.
You couldn't write that better for them to actually be saying, we hope you can go up the standings. And then the next shot that we saw...
As we are talking about them, they're coming into pit.
The pits. No, I don't mean to laugh. That is just timing from another galaxy. 15 minutes left, and up front, it's Rahul Rajmaya that's doing what he does best, which is maintaining. As you can see, Brandon Ho is still all over him. 1.3 seconds back. Daim Hishamuddin, or in fact Aaron Hakim now should be in that car. 4.7 seconds back behind the leader.
And these two have actually left the R Engineering number 39 quite a way back.
Yeah, they have 1.19 seconds back. So, well, Lai Wei Singh now is some 5 seconds off the lead.
And Jonathan Z, or rather Mark Darwin, unperturbed of the action ahead of them.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Absolutely doesn't care.
Yeah,
look at him. He's currently putting in a really good lap. But he has got Bay Racing all over the back of his bumper. That is 4th position.
Our top 3 separated by a mere 2 seconds.
Yeah. So this is a big battle for MT2G. Eddie Liu will now be behind the wheel of that 90 car, looking in the middle. And Adam Mikhail is in the 919 car. A little bit of a touch, but nothing too significant. Now, this is the kind of fight, Nick, that can go right down to the wire.
Yeah, I like what Adam Mikhail tried to do over there.
Yeah.
And he has done so, taking second spot away
But
from,
once again, Mark
Eddie
Darwin is an absolute legend at defending. We saw it just the other day. How good he is at defending lines. And he's doing it again here. What are the lap times we're looking at here? 2:41. No, he is the slowest car. Mark Darwin is lapping 1 second slower than the 2 cars behind him.
1 second slower than...
The maths never lie. The numbers never are false. That means that car behind him is looking to push through. And I think Mark's going to have to give up that line now. Look at that.
My goodness. It's almost forcing him wide.
He just will not relent at all. Trying again.
Look at that resilience for Mark Darwin.
Literally driving on the outside. I wouldn't be surprised if he got himself...
That's amazing. He fought back hard.
Fought back to get the second position. He's now fighting to get that front position again. Well done from Eddie Liu.
Almost bumper to bumper, our top 3.
This is a great fight to have. So this was the exact moment, as you can see. Mark Darwin's very upset having to relinquish that line and willing to drive outside of the course to try and get that position back. Of course, that's not the fastest line. Now, meanwhile, up at the front, well, while we just have a quick look some more. So he's done it. He's actually got back up at the front. He's lapping slower than them.
I think he's just stepped it up a little bit.
Defending
Mark
one car is
Darwin.
hard enough. Defending two.
As we come through to this completion of this latest lap, we'll have confirmation
that looks
on
like
lap times.
Eddie Liu has the line there. No, Mark Darwin's done it again. That is for the lead.
Yeah, he's just forced him wide.
Brilliant driving from Mark Darwin. Now he's going to do it all over again.
So as you can see, they are all
This
lapping at
is
243.
also for position, by the way. This is up front. And that is Brandon Ho that is looking to push through. He is lapping 0.03 of a second faster than Rahul Rajmaya, who has to concede.
Yep, and he has done it.
Still, oh, he hasn't done it just yet. Oh, that's great. So, red hot battles after a very patchy start in this last 17 minutes. As you said, we've got some good racing happening now. Front of MTC and the front of MT2G. Now, is something happening in MT2V?
Oh, they're just switching positions. Car number 1 and 3.
Well, Hayden Heichel summed it up pretty well. They are such evenly matched cars in terms of performance.
And that debris that fell off car number 3 looks to have come off that bonnet. You can see the patch.
Yeah.
The patching on the bonnet. But this is as intense as it gets, Jeev. This is what we want to see, battles happening all over the track.
Absolutely. Daim and Lai Wei Singh, or sorry, Aaron Hakim and Lai Wei Singh have both dropped back by at least 5 seconds from this big battle. So Brandon Ho looks again on the inside, and he's got it cleanly. But again, it's...
That's experience right there. That was the experience that Hayden was talking about.
And that's the difference between these two Hondas as well.
The super power lap, of course, chasing their second victory of this weekend.
Oh, that outside line didn't work out for him. So, Rahul Rajmaya has done more than he's been asked to do. Not just consolidate the lead, he's had to fight to get it back. This fight still going on. Mark Darwin still up front. There's roughly 3 laps left. Very wide from Eddie Liu, and that's
Will Adam Mikhail be able to...
Yeah, Adam Mikhail's taken second. Very wide line from Eddie Liu, but I think... Well, look at the power of that Honda, straight down the middle. I love the fact it takes ages for them to go past each other. It's just not like F1. It's just not like any of these other classes that you see. You have to really plan your move because it's going to take you 20 seconds to get past him. Right time, right move, right place on track. That's what you need to do. So this is, I'm guessing, for MT2V.
Yes, MT2V.
Yes, it is. 3rd and 4th in class, in fact. That is Sumi Naoa from R-Works Racing in the 389 car. 72, that would be Lester Lian. And that should be 911 just behind them. To Chin Wai. That is our leader of MT2V, which is Terence Lee, who we got to hear from. Remember, he said he was maintaining his pace. Well, he's maintaining a great pace because he's at the top of his class. and 14th overall.
Yeah, they look to have left Stuart and Charlie Hine in their wake.
So, how about that? R Engineering leading MT2V. OPM Light leading MT2G, and this is the lead for MTC. And as you can see, there's nothing between them. So there is 0.6 of a second between the two leaders in MTC. There is 0.2 of a second between these three cars.
0.3 of a second.
I wanted to specifically highlight the fact that there's less than a second between the top three, the podium finishers for MT2G. This is by far the biggest battle happening on track right now. And I'm going to check the check. No, Mark Darwin is the second fastest in that pack of three. It's actually Adam Mikhail at the back, who's now gone wide, who's the fastest lapper of those three. But I said it before, and I'll say it again. You just don't.
Oh, Eddie Liu, nice move.
Very nice move from Eddie Liu. Very difficult to overtake Mark Darwin. He does not make it easy at all. And we saw the other day, he literally went 2 or 3 laps at the end of the race, right to the end.
Question is, will he have enough of a length to actually...
He's done perfectly here. He's just slowly going to be pushing wide and manages to keep. That takes so much patience to keep that line the way he did.
Maybe on the outside this time.
Oh, just let it go at the end. And look at how quickly he falls to the back. One mistake he made right at the end of turn 2. And that's actually, look at that, he's dropped off.
That's actually car number 27 that's back.
It is. Out and about. We saw that car going into the pits.
Wow, but Eddie Liu, what an amazing
well, the
turns.
HMRT Honda is on 12 laps. Everybody else is on 13 or 14, so he's a lap back. Don't worry about that car. It's the fight behind him that's more important. And that's the one there. So this is the big fight. One mistake from Mark Darwin, and look at the amount of time that he has dropped back. Eddie Liu back on top. That 90 car has had a good weekend, hasn't it, Nick?
Yes, indeed it has.
Day racing. 4 minutes left in regulation.
And I think now Mark Darwin trails not that far by the looks of it.
Well, we'll find out in just a second. They'll be coming round. We'll see. This is still last lap's information. He'll be trailing by a lot more than that.
2 seconds, I would say. What we're
I
seeing
think
on
it's at
screen,
least 2.5, yeah.
What we're seeing on screen is not a reflection of the live action that's going on.
Okay, that's about 0.8 of a second now. As Adam Mikhail tries for the lead, remember, he's the fastest in this pack. He's about 1 second ahead of Mark Darwin, if not 0.8, I'd say. So I'd say Mark's about 1.5 off the lead. We're going to find out round this corner. He's actually done well.
This is where Eddie Liu really mounted that hunt to get top spot. This is where it started in the last lap.
So as they get past, ...14 laps completed, and it's 0.876, 7.85.
So he's a 1 second.
Yeah, it's about 1 second.
1.3 seconds behind our MT2G leader.
And meanwhile, Rahul Rajwaya has done well. Now, yesterday...
Yeah, he's done well. He's actually shrugged off
yeah, that's the term.
the pursuit
Shrugged
of
it off.
Brandon Ho.
Yesterday, we were saying that he's the consolidating driver. He's the one that comes in and, you know, builds upon the lead that Hayden Heikel has set up. But he's had his own fight in this race. And he's deservedly, at this point, going to be taking the checkered flag.
Now with 2.5 minutes left, do you think that's enough a daylight, Ajif?
Oh, no, anything can change in these top three, yeah, for certain. They're all within 3 seconds of each other, so I'd have to say that Aaron Hakim is probably out the running, but for sure, Brandon Ho can have a go in these last 2 laps. There will be at least 2 laps. So we'll be finishing at lap 18 or 19. I'm guessing lap 18. You're talking about the Hine brothers. I think we just saw them. Well, actually, we're on the last lap now. See, this is so different from yesterday, where the last lap was actually after the end. It might be because of the conditions, but we're on the last lap now.
And this is it. This is now or never for our top competitors in the MTC.
Well, for Brandon Ho, it is now or never. He
Yeah.
can do this. He is lapping slower, but he can do this. If he decides to push the car, he might. Well, I think, I just saw at the top of the screen, one of our key competitors, it might even be Brandon Ho, off track. No, is that him? No, no, he's there.
Brandon
He's
Ho is there. He's trailing about
I think it's
2.5
Daim.
seconds.
I think Daim's gone. Sorry, not Daim. It's Aaron Hakim. Let's just wait and see. Where is he? He's way back there now. You can see him right at the back of your screen. There he is.
Yeah, that's Daim. This is Brandon Ho still in hot pursuit.
Well, he's got 4 turns left. I don't think he's going to do it. And look at that. The sun comes out. Right at the death. Oh, they've been... I just have to say it's well deserved.
Redemption also from yesterday.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because we haven't seen any actual determinations or penalties that have come out. So this will be a bona fide win. Technically, it's a double win, but they were denied the win from 30-second time out of penalty yesterday. Today, no such problems. And I'm going to say Rahul Rajmaya, most valuable driver on the day for what he did, which is win back, you know, the position.
Yeah, well done to that high-rev Dream Chaser car number 1, claiming top spot. And it's a different kind of drive for Rahul as compared to yesterday.
Completely different race from yesterday. And that just goes to show you, I mean, the slight variations, they can make all the difference in the race, whether it was a slightly wetter track, whether it was 6 degrees difference in terms of ambient or track temperature.
Meanwhile, this battle is still going on. And
look
Mark
who's at the
Darwin
front.
has taken the
Look
lead.
who's at the front. Yeah, Mark Darwin again.
Not if Adam Mikal will have anything to say about that.
Well, Adam Mikal just found himself sandwiched between both of them. This is a classic shot. Look at that. All 3 of them. Oh, no. Eddie Liu's been sent off. Controls it really well. Gets back on track. No, just about. Just couldn't
Eddie
hold
Liu
it.
looks out of contention.
That was brilliant driving from Eddie Liu just to avoid the
action
walls.
going on here.
Right down to the last corner, MT2G. Eddie Liu's going to have some words to say about that. Is Adam Mikal going to try on the outside? Look at the way Mark Darwin swings out to block that line. He comes in on the inside. What a move! That is a great move, but Mark Darwin still manages to push himself through. He's going to do it. This is one of the best finishes for Mark Darwin I've seen in his career.
This is almost a picture finish.
It's a photo finish for sure. Look at that.
Just by a whisker. Just by a whisker.
That is incredible stuff.
I have to say, Jeff, this has been one of the best finishes that I've seen.
That is one of the best finishes I've seen from Mark
You could
Darwin
not have scripted this.
in his history. He's always been a masterful driver, but that is fantastic what he just did on turns 14, 13, 14, and 15 in a car that was, let's face it, running a bit slower. Also, I mean, he's not going to get my most valuable driver award. There should really be 2 awards. One for Rahul Rajmaya, one for Mark Darwin. In fact, seeing as how I invented the award, I'm going to give 2 MVP awards.
Why not, right?
MVD, Most Valuable Driver Awards, 2 have been given out today, this Sunday. One for Rahul Rajmaya in MTC, and one for this man, Mark Darwin, that OPM light
This
car.
is where Eddie Liu got taken out.
Eddie Liu just got clipped, unfortunately, but look at how he controls it.
Yeah,
controls it
excellent to
once
brake.
there, twice, 3 times, then he comes out 4 times before he spins out. So he was always going to lose. But look, Mark still had so much work to do with the faster car behind him, and he's come through. Now, this should be the MT2V finish. Is that Terence Lee?
Yes, that's done as well. Terence Lee and Mohammad Hafiz taking the win over Stewart and Charlie Hine.
Oh, that's a great run. You see, at the beginning of the race, all those full course yellows, we were sitting, are we going to see any racing?
I think it all shaped up
patchy,
and worked
patchy.
towards the climatic end of this race.
You only need, in the end, 5 minutes of MTCC racing to deliver, and it does. You know, there's so many arguments these days about motorsports as to what delivers, and I'll say it right now. A lot of people saying F1 got boring because all the cars do nothing. They just basically just go around with DRS. Here, everything happens. Let's hear from the winner, who is, as you can see, about to speak to Arena.
You okay, Rahul? Good?
Yeah, all good.
All right. All right, here I am with Rahul, of course, car number 1 for the MTC. Now, Rahul, is this a redemption from yesterday?
Yes, honestly, I think this is probably the first race where I got a stint in a car that's actually okay. Apart from yesterday with the contact race 1 as well. So it was fun, actually. It was my longest stint this year, and I had a good time. So.
Okay, now there were a lot of, I would say, I think the term that people like to use is drama on the track today. Now there was a lot of incidents. How do you feel about that? How do you think the race went for you, and maybe for Nikhil as well?
I think I was driving with Brendan. No complaints, he drove well. Had pace, no touching, no rubbing. For the other drivers, I can't comment, obviously, but you know, I had a good time. No contact, car's clean. So.
Okay, amazing, amazing. Congratulations to you. Now we'll be seeing you up on the podium. Back to you guys.
Well, I had to laugh there when you said you can't comment on some of the other drivers, because we can. That's the thing. That's our job.
Leave that to us.
Just exactly what we do. Before we do comment on those drivers, let's look at the results. Hayden Heikel and Rahul Rajmaya, great drive from them. 50 minutes, 28.419 in top spot. Brandon Hu in second, Daim Hishwood in third, Lai Wee Sing in fourth, Limi Chok in fifth, and Putra and Avia in sixth.
And in the MT2G, the OPM light racing, Mark Darwin just edging that photo finish over Ada and Mikhail to take top spot. P. Saufan, Baron Lim completing your top 3. Aman Nagdev in fourth place. Sun Chipo in fifth. Kang Chi Kyong in sixth. He Wan Jian in seventh. Ong Wai Kong, T. Kian Boon in eighth. Ling Guang Yu, So Chi Siang completing your top 10.
And Rodney Risman in 11th, Gilbert Ang in 12th, Mahasegio Ido, Yap Chun Wai, Luke Anton, and Kwek Kian Wee taking us up to 16th. Lam Si Seong, Hendra, and Rahimi, and Mohammed Hakimi up to 19th.
And in the MT2V, that was won by Terence Lee and Hafiz Kamaruddin. Stuart Charlie Hine in second spot. Taka Uchi and Sumi in third spot. Lee Chi Wai in fourth. Mark Chu in fifth. Tan Ziyang in sixth. Chong Kiat Wai in seventh. Najib Ismail in eighth. Lau Jiai in ninth. Shafiq and Sophia in 10th.
Wow, what a day it's been. And let's look back now. It all started so well. And as with all MTCC races, so calmly. There were 2 starts, one for the MTC, These 6 cars would put in some pretty decent lap times considering the climactic conditions today. The likes of Nikhil Bora, Hayden Heikel, Leon Koo, and then of course MT2G and V started off. Thankfully, they all got off to a smooth start as well. It wouldn't be smooth for very long. There was some high drama at turn 15. That we thought at the time was the worst thing that could happen, but then that happened. Our engineering flipped at turn 15. That led to another full course yellow. So in the end, we were treated to possibly about 15 minutes of racing. There were incidents all over the track. That was Lam Si Seong that was out. And then the oil spill at turn 4 that led to another full course yellow. So as I said, we were probably treated to about 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes of racing. But what a 12 minutes of racing it was at the end when they did get back onto green flag racing. Mark Darwin defending with his life in the MT2G category. And this fight would go on right till the last corner, except Eddie Liu would not be taking part. Unfortunately, when we got to the last lap, these 2 front cars in MTC have been dicing it out. Rahul Rajmaya, he said he had his longest stint all year. Not only did he manage to win back the position, he also managed to cement the victory for what he called redemption. Meanwhile, in MT2G, this is what happened to Eddie Liu, just a touch. And as you can see, he was out. And that brings us to the end of our coverage for round 3. Race 2, do stick around because touring production is coming up at about 1:50 later on.
What the fuck?